In the unforgiving expanse of the Eastern Front during World War II, the brutal clashes between Soviet and German forces unfolded with relentless intensity. Among the myriad of combat roles, sniper warfare emerged as a critical arena where individual skill and tactical cunning could decisively influence the outcome of engagements. Yet, in the early stages of this vast and violent conflict, Soviet snipers found themselves at a distinct disadvantage. The German military doctrine, steeped in a tradition of precision marksmanship and supported by superior training and equipment, dominated this domain. Soviet sharpshooters, by contrast, were often overwhelmed, their fledgling efforts rendered ineffective against the seasoned German marksmen who had perfected their craft through years of preparation and battlefield experience. From the outset, German commanders held a firm conviction regarding the relative insignificance of Soviet snipers. They viewed the Red Army sniper units as poorly trained, poorly equipped, and lacking the discipline necessary to pose a genuine threat. This underestimation was not merely a product of arrogance but was reinforced by tangible early battlefield results. German snipers operated with a level of professionalism and tactical awareness that allowed them to control key vantage points, deny Soviet movements, and inflict disproportionate casualties on Soviet infantry formations. Their confidence was bolstered by advanced optics, superior camouflage techniques, and a deep familiarity with the terrain, which together facilitated a systematic suppression of Soviet sniper activity. Soviet snipers, conversely, entered this lethal contest with severe handicaps. Their numbers were small and scattered, often integrated within infantry units without a coordinated command structure dedicated to sniper operations. The rifles issued to them were frequently outdated or inferior in quality, and the scopes, critical for long-range targeting, were inconsistent in both availability and performance. Training regimens varied dramatically across different units, with some snipers receiving only cursory instruction before being thrust into combat. This patchwork approach contributed to a widespread perception among Soviet military leadership that sniping was a secondary concern, subordinate to the larger strategic imperatives of artillery barrages and mass infantry assaults. The initial Soviet battlefield doctrine did not prioritize sniper warfare as a decisive element of combat. Instead, Soviet commanders focused on overwhelming the enemy through sheer numbers and firepower, relegating snipers to roles that were largely defensive and ancillary. This approach, while reflective of broader Soviet military strategy, failed to capitalize on the potential of marksmanship as a force multiplier. As a result, Soviet snipers were frequently deployed reactively, tasked primarily with guarding key positions rather than engaging in proactive, precision targeting of enemy officers, machine gunners, or artillery crews. The contrast with German practices could not have been starker. German snipers operated as specialized detachments, trained to operate independently or in small teams, and were empowered to conduct reconnaissance, disruption, and lethal precision strikes deep within Soviet lines. This disparity in doctrine and preparation was evident in the early encounters between sniper elements on both sides. German snipers meticulously prepared their positions under the relentless scrutiny of the advancing enemy. Their camouflage was not merely a matter of draping themselves in local foliage but involved sophisticated understanding of light, shadow, and terrain features, allowing them to remain virtually invisible even at close range. They established overlapping fields of fire, coordinated with infantry units, and employed counter-sniper tactics that systematically hunted Soviet sharpshooters. These tactics often involved decoys, baiting Soviet snipers into revealing their positions, followed by rapid suppression through coordinated fire or artillery strikes. Soviet snipers struggled to adapt to this environment. The absence of centralized sniper training schools and the lack of standardized equipment handicapped their effectiveness. Many Soviet sharpshooters relied on their innate marksmanship skills and battlefield improvisation rather than on comprehensive tactical training. The lack of communication and coordination between sniper units meant that Soviet snipers often operated in isolation, vulnerable to being outmaneuvered by the more cohesive German sniper teams. Their defensive posture limited their operational impact, reducing them to reactive shooters rather than proactive hunters. This dynamic contributed to significant losses among Soviet sniper ranks, further eroding confidence in their utility at the command level. The German military's confidence in their sniper superiority was not misplaced during this phase of the war. German commanders, buoyed by battlefield successes, viewed Soviet snipers as a negligible threat that did not warrant major strategic adjustments. Reports from frontline units often highlighted the efficiency and lethality of German snipers, noting their ability to disrupt Soviet operations and inflict disproportionate casualties. This belief fed into a broader underestimation of Soviet capabilities, reinforcing a complacency that would later prove costly. The German approach to sniper warfare was integrated into their overall battle plans, with sniper teams assigned specific objectives that aligned with broader operational goals, such as protecting flanks, securing key terrain features, and neutralizing enemy command elements. Meanwhile, Soviet commanders remained preoccupied with traditional forms of warfare, emphasizing artillery barrages and mass infantry advances to break through German defensive lines. The sniper, in this paradigm, was a minor element, useful but not decisive. This perspective overlooked the potential of sniper warfare to shape the battlefield by disrupting enemy morale, isolating command nodes, and creating opportunities for infantry maneuvers. The Soviet military's initial failure to elevate sniper tactics to a strategic level reflected broader challenges in adapting to the evolving nature of warfare on the Eastern Front, where mobility, deception, and precision increasingly determined success or failure. Despite these early setbacks and strategic misjudgments, the stage was set for a profound transformation in Soviet sniper warfare. The brutal and protracted nature of the Eastern Front battles demanded innovation and adaptation. Soviet commanders began to recognize that the traditional reliance on overwhelming firepower was insufficient against the disciplined and technically proficient German forces. The initial period of Soviet sniper inferiority, marked by heavy losses and tactical limitations, underscored the urgency of developing new approaches to sniper deployment, training, and equipment. This recognition would eventually lead to a concerted effort to overhaul Soviet sniper strategy, setting the stage for the dramatic reversals that followed. In retrospect, the early encounters between Soviet and German snipers encapsulated the broader asymmetry that characterized much of the conflict on the Eastern Front. German snipers, beneficiaries of superior doctrine, equipment, and experience, commanded the battlefield with lethal efficiency. Soviet snipers, initially hampered by inferior resources and fragmented tactics, faced daunting odds that seemed to preclude them from contesting German dominance in this critical combat role. Yet, beneath this initial narrative of Soviet weakness lay the seeds of a tactical evolution that would challenge and ultimately overturn German expectations. The German military doctrine, confident in its supremacy, failed to anticipate the ingenuity and resolve that Soviet snipers would soon demonstrate, heralding a new phase in the deadly chess match that defined sniper warfare on the Eastern Front. Soviet sniper units, constrained by the early realities of the Eastern Front, operated under conditions that severely limited their effectiveness. The fragmentation of their deployments meant that snipers were often isolated within larger infantry formations rather than organized into cohesive, specialized teams capable of executing coordinated missions. This piecemeal approach resulted in sniper operations that were reactive and defensive by design, a stark contrast to the proactive and strategic employment favored by their German counterparts. Soviet snipers found themselves deployed primarily for static defense, tasked with guarding trenches, supply points, and other critical positions rather than engaging in offensive reconnaissance or targeted assassinations intended to disrupt enemy command and control. The rifles and optical equipment provided to Soviet snipers further compounded these challenges. Many sharpshooters were armed with Mosin-Nagant rifles, a reliable but aging weapon system that lacked the precision and adaptability of German sniper rifles such as the Karabiner 98K fitted with high-quality scopes. Soviet optics were often rudimentary, with scopes that suffered from poor light transmission and limited magnification, drastically reducing the effective engagement range and the ability to identify targets at a distance. The scarcity of high-grade scopes was exacerbated by logistical constraints and production limitations, leaving many Soviet snipers to rely on inferior or makeshift equipment. This technological gap placed Soviet sharpshooters at a distinct disadvantage in the duel of marksmanship that was unfolding across the Eastern Front. Training presented another significant hurdle. While German snipers underwent rigorous and standardized instruction, often within dedicated schools that emphasized marksmanship, fieldcraft, and tactical coordination, Soviet sniper training was inconsistent and unevenly distributed. Some units benefited from intensive preparation, while others received minimal guidance, sometimes limited to basic shooting drills and rudimentary camouflage techniques. The Soviet military's initial emphasis on mass mobilization and rapid deployment left little room for the systematic development of sniper skills. This discrepancy in training quality meant that Soviet snipers frequently lacked the tactical acumen and discipline necessary to operate effectively in the fluid and perilous conditions of frontline engagements. Compounding these deficiencies was the Soviet military's prevailing attitude towards sniper warfare. Commanders viewed sniping as a secondary concern, subordinate to the massed artillery barrages and infantry assaults that formed the backbone of Soviet offensive strategy. This perception relegated snipers to a peripheral role, limiting the resources and attention devoted to their development. The strategic focus remained on overwhelming enemy positions through sheer numbers and firepower, with little appreciation for the nuanced and psychologically impactful role that snipers could play in shaping battlefield dynamics. Consequently, sniper units were often under-resourced, with insufficient support in terms of reconnaissance, communication, and logistical sustainment. Despite these constraints, Soviet snipers demonstrated remarkable resilience and adaptability. Many relied on personal ingenuity and the harsh lessons of combat to develop fieldcraft skills in the absence of formal training. Camouflage, concealment, and patience became essential survival tools, honed through experience rather than instruction. Some sharpshooters improvised modifications to their rifles and optics, attempting to bridge the technological gap with resourcefulness born of necessity. This emergent expertise, though scattered and uncoordinated, laid the groundwork for the tactical innovations that would later define Soviet sniper operations. The tactical employment of Soviet snipers before the turning point was largely characterized by a lack of coordinated action. Snipers operated independently or in small, isolated teams, without integrated command structures or communication networks linking them to broader operational objectives. This isolation limited their ability to conduct complex maneuvers such as flanking attacks, coordinated volleys, or deception tactics aimed at confusing and disrupting enemy sniper teams. The absence of synchronized efforts diminished the overall impact of Soviet sniper activities, reducing engagements to isolated exchanges of fire rather than orchestrated campaigns to seize and control critical terrain. This fragmented deployment also exposed Soviet snipers to heightened risk. Operating without mutual support or timely intelligence, many were vulnerable to counter-sniper tactics employed by the Germans. The lack of coordinated withdrawal plans or support fire further increased casualties among Soviet sharpshooters, reinforcing the perception of their limited battlefield utility. Soviet commanders, observing these losses and limited tactical successes, remained hesitant to invest heavily in sniper warfare, preferring to allocate scarce resources to artillery, armor, and mass infantry formations. Nevertheless, the potential of sniper units as force multipliers was not entirely lost on the Soviet high command. Pockets of innovation and initiative emerged within certain units, where forward-thinking commanders and individual snipers recognized the advantages of precision marksmanship and stealth. These pioneers began experimenting with small unit tactics, camouflage techniques inspired by partisan fighters, and the use of terrain for concealment and ambush. Though isolated and unsupported at the time, these efforts hinted at the transformative potential of sniper warfare if systematically developed and integrated into broader operational frameworks. The disparity in equipment quality also spurred efforts to adapt and improve Soviet sniper rifles and optics. Captured German scopes and rifles became prized assets, carefully refurbished and redistributed to skilled marksmen. Soviet armorers and technicians sought to enhance the accuracy and reliability of existing weapons through modifications, although these efforts were hampered by limited industrial capacity and the pressures of wartime production demands. The incremental improvements in sniper gear, combined with evolving fieldcraft skills, slowly began to narrow the gap between Soviet and German sharpshooters, setting the stage for more effective engagements in the future. In parallel, the evolving nature of the Eastern Front itself created conditions that demanded a reassessment of sniper tactics. The fluid and often chaotic battle lines, interspersed with dense forests, urban ruins, and rugged terrain, offered ample opportunities for snipers to exploit their unique capabilities. The importance of controlling key vantage points, disrupting enemy communications, and targeting high-value personnel became increasingly apparent as both sides sought to gain tactical advantages amid the grinding attrition. This operational context underscored the limitations of Soviet sniper doctrine and equipment, while simultaneously highlighting the potential rewards of investing in sniper training and coordination. The cumulative effect of these factors was a growing awareness within the Soviet military that sniper warfare could no longer be relegated to a secondary role. The initial period of limited success and high casualties among Soviet snipers served as a catalyst for reflection and adaptation. Commanders began to consider the strategic value of snipers not merely as defensive sentinels but as offensive assets capable of shaping the battlefield through precision strikes and psychological impact. This shift in perspective laid the foundation for subsequent reforms in training, equipment procurement, and tactical doctrine that would fundamentally alter the effectiveness of Soviet snipers in the campaigns to come. Thus, the period before the transformative night operation was marked by a Soviet sniper force struggling to define its role amidst technological shortcomings, inconsistent training, and doctrinal neglect. Operating in small numbers without cohesive strategies, Soviet snipers faced the daunting challenge of confronting a well-prepared and confident German marksmanship establishment. Yet, within this struggle, the seeds of tactical adaptation and innovation were beginning to take root, seeds that would soon germinate into a formidable and decisive force on the Eastern Front. The journey from fragmented, defensive deployments to coordinated, aggressive sniper operations was underway, heralding a new chapter in the saga of sniper warfare. German snipers, at this juncture of the conflict, operated with a level of tactical superiority that was both systematic and deeply ingrained within their military doctrine. Their battlefield experience, amassed through years of rigorous training and combat engagements, provided them with a distinct advantage over their Soviet adversaries. In stark contrast to the fragmented and often improvised Soviet sniper efforts, German sharpshooters functioned as elite specialists, meticulously prepared to exploit every terrain feature and concealment opportunity to lethal effect. The superiority of German optics was a critical factor underpinning this dominance. German snipers were equipped with high-quality scopes that offered superior light transmission, clarity, and magnification, enabling precise target identification and engagement at extended ranges. These optical advantages were complemented by exceptional rifle craftsmanship, with the Karabiner 98K sniper variant representing a pinnacle in accuracy and reliability. The combination of advanced equipment and expert marksmanship allowed German snipers to effectively control key sectors of the battlefield, denying Soviet forces freedom of movement and disrupting their command structures. Beyond equipment, German sniper training was unparalleled. Candidates underwent selection processes that emphasized not only shooting proficiency but also mental resilience and fieldcraft. Training programs incorporated instruction in camouflage techniques, stalking, observation, and terrain analysis, ensuring that snipers could operate independently or in pairs with maximum effectiveness. This comprehensive preparation produced sharpshooters capable of sustained operations under hostile conditions, often behind enemy lines, where stealth and patience were paramount. The resulting cadre of snipers became integral components of German infantry divisions, tasked with reconnaissance, target elimination, and the suppression of opposing sniper threats. German tactical doctrine further reinforced sniper effectiveness through coordinated patrols and strategic positioning. Sniper teams operated not as isolated individuals but as components of a larger tactical framework. They established interlocking fields of fire, supported by infantry units and artillery, to create layered defenses against enemy infiltration. This approach enabled them to detect and neutralize Soviet sniper attempts to establish firing positions, often through the use of counter-sniper patrols specifically trained to hunt and eliminate hostile marksmen. German commanders assigned clear objectives to sniper units, integrating their efforts with broader operational plans to maximize battlefield impact. Camouflage and concealment were elevated to an art form within German sniper practice. Snipers employed specialized ghillie suits, tailored to the local environment, and utilized natural terrain features to blend seamlessly into their surroundings. Their positions were carefully selected and prepared to minimize exposure to enemy observation and fire. The discipline to remain motionless for extended periods, combined with acute situational awareness, allowed German snipers to maintain dominance over contested areas. This mastery of stealth tactics not only enhanced survivability but also contributed to psychological warfare, as Soviet soldiers became acutely aware of the persistent threat posed by unseen adversaries. The effectiveness of these tactics was reflected in early battlefield outcomes. German snipers repeatedly inflicted disproportionate casualties on Soviet forces, disrupting offensive operations and undermining morale. Their ability to target Soviet officers, machine gunners, and artillery crews had a tangible impact on unit cohesion and combat effectiveness. Reports from German frontline units highlighted the strategic value of sniper teams, noting their role in securing critical terrain and protecting flanks against infiltration. This success reinforced German commanders' confidence in their sniper doctrine, fostering a sense of superiority that contributed to underestimating the evolving Soviet threat. Moreover, German sniper units demonstrated adaptability in response to Soviet tactics. When Soviet snipers attempted to establish firing positions, German teams employed deception measures such as false targets and coordinated fire to flush out enemy marksmen. Counter-sniper patrols used reconnaissance and tracking techniques to locate Soviet snipers, often engaging in protracted cat-and-mouse engagements that tested the limits of endurance and skill on both sides. This dynamic underscored the tactical sophistication of German sniper operations, which combined technology, training, and psychological acuity to maintain battlefield control. The tactical superiority of German snipers was also evident in their communication and coordination capabilities. Sniper teams maintained contact with infantry commanders and artillery units, enabling rapid requests for support fire or reinforcements when enemy sniper threats were detected. This integrated approach allowed for swift and decisive responses to Soviet sniper activity, minimizing risks and maximizing operational effectiveness. German commanders capitalized on these capabilities to fortify defensive lines and mount counteroffensives with the assurance that sniper threats could be managed proactively. In essence, German sniper dominance emerged from a confluence of factors: superior equipment, rigorous training, tactical integration, and psychological warfare. Their operational methods set a high bar that Soviet sniper units struggled to meet in the early phases of the conflict. This dominance was not merely a reflection of individual skill but was embedded within a comprehensive military doctrine that viewed sniper warfare as a critical component of combined arms operations. German commanders, confident in this superiority, often dismissed Soviet sniper efforts as inconsequential, a miscalculation that would later be challenged as the Soviets adapted and innovated. The German approach to sniper warfare served as both a benchmark and a challenge for Soviet forces. The efficacy of German snipers underscored the importance of technical proficiency and tactical discipline, highlighting deficiencies in Soviet training and equipment. It also demonstrated the value of integrating sniper operations within the broader strategic framework, something the Soviet command had yet to fully embrace. This awareness fueled a gradual shift in Soviet military thinking, as commanders recognized that overcoming German sniper superiority would require not only improved marksmanship but also innovation in tactics, coordination, and equipment. Thus, the early phase of the sniper war on the Eastern Front was marked by German tactical superiority rooted in advanced optics, expert training, and coordinated operations. German snipers, operating with methodical precision and psychological acumen, dominated their Soviet counterparts who were still grappling with fragmented deployments and inferior resources. This dominance shaped the battlefield environment, constraining Soviet movements and inflicting significant attrition. However, the rigidity of German confidence and the evolving conditions of the front would soon set the stage for a dramatic reversal, as Soviet snipers began to challenge and ultimately disrupt the established order of marksmanship supremacy. Under the cover of darkness, a pivotal transformation unfolded on the Eastern Front, a night operation that would redefine Soviet sniper warfare and challenge German dominance in ways previously unimagined. This decisive engagement was not the product of chance but rather the culmination of careful tactical innovation, inspired by both necessity and the grim lessons of prior encounters. Soviet sniper teams, long constrained by fragmented deployment and inferior equipment, seized the initiative to implement a series of coordinated, multi-directional attacks that would disrupt and dismantle the carefully constructed German sniper networks. Central to this transformation was a profound shift in Soviet tactical doctrine. Drawing inspiration from the resourcefulness of local partisan fighters, whose guerrilla tactics had inflicted persistent damage on German supply lines and communications, Soviet snipers began to adopt camouflage techniques and deceptive maneuvers that significantly enhanced their survivability and effectiveness. The use of natural foliage, improvised ghillie suits, and the meticulous preparation of concealed firing positions allowed Soviet marksmen to approach the lethal art of stealth with newfound sophistication. These adaptations were no mere imitations, they represented a deliberate and systematic effort to match, and ultimately exceed, German expertise in concealment and deception. The night operation itself was characterized by an unprecedented level of coordination. Instead of isolated sniper duels, Soviet teams executed synchronized volleys of fire from multiple directions, creating confusion and disorientation among German snipers who had grown accustomed to predictable patterns of engagement. This tactic exploited the limitations of German observation and communication, overwhelming their ability to identify and neutralize Soviet positions. The simultaneous firing from dispersed locations induced a psychological shock, eroding German confidence and forcing them to reconsider their assumptions about Soviet marksmanship and tactical acumen. Deception played a critical role in this operation. Soviet snipers employed false firing positions, carefully constructed decoys designed to draw German fire and reveal enemy locations. By baiting German snipers into revealing themselves, Soviet teams could then concentrate their fire with lethal precision. This cat-and-mouse dynamic shifted the balance of power on the battlefield, turning German strengths, such as their superior optics and training, against them. The use of feints and misdirection not only preserved Soviet sniper lives but also inflicted significant casualties on German units unprepared for such cunning tactics. Equipment improvements, though still limited, complemented these tactical innovations. Soviet forces began to incorporate captured German optics into their arsenals, refurbishing scopes and adapting rifles for enhanced accuracy. These modifications, combined with the tactical use of night and low light conditions, allowed Soviet snipers to engage targets at ranges and under conditions previously unattainable. The integration of improved optics and refined marksmanship training, though nascent, signaled a critical evolution in Soviet sniper capabilities that would soon manifest in greater battlefield successes. The execution of the night operation required meticulous planning and discipline. Soviet sniper commanders coordinated the timing and positioning of their teams with precision, ensuring that the complex maneuvers unfolded seamlessly despite the inherent dangers of nocturnal combat. Communication was maintained through pre-arranged signals and strict adherence to operational timetables, minimizing the risk of friendly fire or premature exposure. This level of organization marked a significant departure from prior Soviet sniper deployments, which had often suffered from lack of coordination and ad hoc command structures. The immediate effects of the night operation were profound. German sniper units, accustomed to dominating the visual and tactical landscape during daylight, found themselves vulnerable and disoriented. The sudden barrage of coordinated sniper fire shattered the illusion of German invulnerability, exposing weaknesses in their defensive arrangements and forcing a tactical withdrawal from previously held vantage points. This loss of terrain not only reduced German observational capabilities but also provided Soviet infantry with critical opportunities to advance under reduced threat from sniper fire. German commanders who had dismissed Soviet marksmanship were shocked by this sudden reversal in battlefield dominance. Reports from the front described scenes of confusion and frustration among German snipers, many of whom were caught off guard by the unexpected coordination and deception. The psychological impact extended beyond the sniper teams themselves. Infantry units reported heightened anxiety and caution in areas previously considered secure from sniper threat. This erosion of German confidence had cascading effects on morale and operational tempo, contributing to a broader shift in the local balance of power. The tactical adaptation demonstrated in this night operation underscored the capacity of Soviet forces to learn from previous setbacks and to innovate under pressure. The integration of partisan-inspired camouflage, multi-directional assault tactics, and deceptive maneuvers represented a significant leap forward in sniper warfare. These approaches not only neutralized German advantages in optics and training but also exploited the terrain and conditions of the Eastern Front to Soviet benefit. The success of the operation validated the notion that ingenuity and adaptability could overcome material and experiential disparities. Moreover, this night operation marked the beginning of a new phase in Soviet sniper doctrine, one that emphasized proactive engagement, psychological warfare, and the coordinated use of sniper units as integral components of combined arms operations. Soviet commanders began to recognize that sniper warfare was not merely a defensive tool but a dynamic force capable of shaping the battlefield through disruption and targeted elimination of key enemy personnel. This realization prompted increased investment in sniper training programs, equipment upgrades, and the development of tactical manuals that codified the lessons learned from this and subsequent engagements. The human element of the night operation also deserves recognition. Soviet snipers, many of whom had endured previous defeats and operated with limited support, demonstrated remarkable discipline and courage. Their ability to execute complex maneuvers under the cover of darkness, maintain stealth for extended periods, and deliver precise, coordinated strikes was a testament to their evolving professionalism and commitment. This operation fostered a sense of pride and confidence among Soviet sharpshooters, reinforcing the value of their role and inspiring others to pursue specialized sniper training. In summary, the night operation represented a turning point in the sniper war on the Eastern Front. By employing coordinated multi-directional attacks, sophisticated camouflage inspired by partisan tactics, and deception strategies that confounded German snipers, Soviet forces achieved a dramatic tactical breakthrough. The incorporation of captured equipment and tactical discipline further enhanced their effectiveness. The German military, confronted with this unexpected challenge, was forced to reassess its assumptions and adapt to a new reality where Soviet sniper ingenuity could no longer be discounted. This operation not only shifted the immediate battlefield dynamics but also set the precedent for the subsequent evolution of Soviet sniper warfare into a decisive and strategically significant force. The aftermath of the night operation revealed a landscape of German disarray and Soviet ascendancy that fundamentally altered the sniper dynamic on the Eastern Front. Caught unprepared by the sudden shift in Soviet tactics and coordination, German sniper units suffered significant casualties that reverberated through their command structures and defensive lines. The meticulous dominance that German sharpshooters had maintained was shattered, as Soviet snipers systematically targeted and eliminated key German marksmen, eroding the enemy's control over critical vantage points that had previously granted them unparalleled observational and firing superiority. German snipers, once the undisputed masters of concealment and precision, found themselves exposed and vulnerable. The coordinated Soviet volleys and deceptive firing positions disrupted the previously secure German firing lanes, forcing many to abandon their posts or fall victim to sudden, precise elimination. This tactical upheaval not only diminished German firepower but also inflicted a psychological blow. Infantry units, accustomed to relying on their snipers for protective overwatch, now faced the unsettling reality of hostile sharpshooters who operated with increased sophistication and lethality. The pervasive threat of unseen Soviet marksmen undermined German confidence and introduced a pervasive sense of caution and vulnerability. The loss of key terrain compounded this effect. Elevated observation posts and fortified sniper nests, once bastions of German control, were now contested or lost altogether. These positions had been central to German defensive strategies, enabling effective interdiction of Soviet movements and the safeguarding of supply lines. Their compromise disrupted German command and control, hampering the coordination of infantry and artillery units and diminishing the overall effectiveness of defensive operations. The erosion of these critical points facilitated Soviet advances, as infantry units exploited reduced sniper interference to close the distance and engage in close-quarters combat with greater confidence. Reports from German frontline commanders captured the extent of the disruption. Many expressed disbelief at the sudden proficiency displayed by Soviet snipers, acknowledging the effectiveness of their new tactics and the psychological toll exacted on German troops. Prisoner interrogations revealed that German soldiers were increasingly wary of venturing into areas previously deemed secure, as the risk of sniper fire had escalated dramatically. This shift in battlefield perception reflected a broader erosion of German tactical superiority, with sniper warfare becoming a significant factor in the attrition of morale and combat effectiveness. The systematic elimination of German sharpshooters further compounded the crisis. Soviet sniper teams prioritized high-value targets, including enemy officers, machine gunners, and artillery spotters, whose removal disrupted German operational capabilities. This targeted approach amplified the strategic impact of sniper operations, transforming them from isolated engagements into components of a broader campaign to dismantle German defensive cohesion. The cumulative effect was a steady attrition of German sniper strength, undermining their ability to mount effective countermeasures or sustain prolonged defensive postures. German infantry units, confronted with the escalating threat, adapted by increasing their vigilance and altering their movement patterns. However, these measures often came at the cost of operational tempo, as troops moved more cautiously and relied heavily on cover and concealment to mitigate sniper risks. The psychological pressure exerted by Soviet snipers contributed to increased fatigue and stress among German soldiers, factors that influenced combat performance and decision-making. The intangible yet profound effect of sniper warfare on morale thus became a critical dimension of the evolving battlefield. This disruption extended beyond the immediate tactical sphere, influencing German strategic calculations. Commanders faced the challenge of reallocating resources to counter the emergent Soviet sniper threat, diverting attention and manpower from other operational priorities. Efforts to re-establish sniper dominance involved intensified training, deployment of specialized counter-sniper units, and the development of new defensive tactics. Yet, these responses were reactive and often insufficient to stem the tide of Soviet innovation and adaptation that had taken root during the night operation. Amid this turmoil, Soviet sniper units capitalized on their newfound momentum. The confidence gained from the successful night operation propelled increased aggression and initiative in sniper deployments. Soviet sharpshooters expanded their operational scope, conducting reconnaissance and offensive missions that leveraged their improved coordination and tactical versatility. The transition from defensive to offensive sniper warfare marked a strategic evolution, as Soviet forces recognized the potential of snipers to shape the battlefield beyond isolated engagements and into decisive factors influencing larger operations. Individual acts of heroism punctuated this period of intensified sniper activity. Soviet sharpshooters, often operating under extreme conditions and facing superior enemy firepower, displayed remarkable discipline and courage. Their ability to maintain stealth, execute precise shots, and withdraw without detection underscored the increasing professionalism and training within Soviet sniper ranks. These personal narratives, though often overshadowed by the broader strategic context, contributed to the mythos of the Soviet sniper as a feared and respected combatant. Operational statistics from this phase reflect the tangible impact of Soviet sniper effectiveness. Casualty reports indicated a marked increase in German losses attributed to sniper fire, while Soviet sniper units reported higher success rates in target elimination and mission completion. These quantitative measures validated the qualitative observations of shifting battlefield dynamics and underscored the growing importance of sniper warfare in the broader campaign. The German military's initial underestimation of Soviet snipers proved to be a costly miscalculation. The sudden reversal in sniper dominance not only disrupted German tactical plans but also signaled a shift in the psychological warfare that underpinned frontline engagements. The persistent threat posed by Soviet sharpshooters eroded German morale and contributed to a climate of uncertainty and caution that hindered operational effectiveness. In this context, sniper warfare emerged as a microcosm of the larger conflict on the Eastern Front, where adaptability, innovation, and psychological resilience determined success as much as numerical strength or firepower. The Soviet sniper resurgence challenged the prevailing German military doctrine and demonstrated that even entrenched tactical superiority could be overturned through ingenuity and determination. This period marked a turning point, laying the groundwork for further Soviet advances and signaling that the sniper domain was no longer a German preserve but a contested and dynamic battlefield in its own right. The success of the night operation marked not merely a tactical victory but the inception of a profound evolution in Soviet sniper warfare, an evolution characterized by systematic innovation, institutional reform, and strategic foresight. Recognizing the decisive impact that coordinated sniper actions could exert on the battlefield, Soviet command undertook a comprehensive transformation of their sniper doctrine, training programs, and technological development. This shift signaled a departure from earlier ad hoc deployments toward a professionalized, integrated sniper force capable of exerting sustained influence over combat operations. Central to this transformation was the establishment and expansion of dedicated sniper schools throughout the Soviet Union. These institutions standardized training curricula, emphasizing marksmanship precision, fieldcraft, camouflage, observation, and tactical coordination. Instruction incorporated lessons learned from the night operation and other frontline experiences, equipping sharpshooters with the skills necessary to operate effectively in diverse environments and under varying combat conditions. The rigorous training regimen fostered not only technical proficiency but also mental resilience, preparing snipers to endure the psychological stresses inherent in prolonged stealth operations and high-risk engagements. The institutionalization of sniper training also introduced a structured hierarchy and command system within sniper units, enabling improved coordination and integration with broader military operations. Sniper teams were organized into specialized detachments with clear roles and responsibilities, facilitating the execution of complex maneuvers and synchronized attacks. Communication protocols were refined to ensure timely intelligence sharing and operational flexibility, allowing sniper units to adapt rapidly to changing battlefield dynamics. This organizational sophistication enhanced the strategic utility of snipers, transforming them from isolated marksmen into force multipliers embedded within combined arms tactics. Technological advancement paralleled these organizational reforms. The Soviet military prioritized the development and production of improved sniper rifles and optical equipment, addressing earlier deficiencies that had hindered effectiveness. Efforts focused on enhancing the accuracy, reliability, and ergonomics of sniper rifles, often incorporating modifications inspired by captured German weapons and frontline feedback. Optical technology saw significant upgrades, with the introduction of scopes offering better magnification, clarity, and durability under combat conditions. These improvements extended the effective engagement range of Soviet snipers and increased their lethality during both day and low-light operations. The evolution of Soviet sniper warfare also encompassed psychological tactics aimed at undermining enemy morale. Soviet command recognized that sniper operations could exert outsized influence not only through physical attrition but also by instilling fear and uncertainty within German ranks. Training emphasized stealth, unpredictability, and the use of terrain to maximize the psychological impact of sniper presence. Snipers were encouraged to target high-value personnel, command nodes, and key support units, thereby disrupting enemy decision-making and fostering a pervasive sense of vulnerability. This psychological dimension complemented the physical effects of sniper fire, amplifying overall combat effectiveness. The transformation initiated by the night operation had tangible effects on the balance of power on the Eastern Front. Soviet snipers increasingly dominated local engagements, reclaiming and holding critical terrain that had previously been under German control. Their enhanced capabilities facilitated offensive operations by neutralizing enemy observation posts, artillery spotters, and command personnel. This, in turn, enabled Soviet infantry and armored units to advance with reduced risk from sharpshooter interference, contributing to broader operational successes. The growing reputation of Soviet snipers as lethal and reliable forces became a force multiplier, influencing enemy tactics and resource allocation. This period also witnessed the emergence of legendary Soviet snipers whose exploits embodied the new doctrine and training. Figures such as Vasily Zaitsev and Lyudmila Pavlichenko became symbols of the strategic value and human dimension of sniper warfare. Their documented successes inspired confidence within Soviet ranks and served as powerful propaganda tools, bolstering morale and recruitment for sniper units. The cultivation of such heroes highlighted the integration of individual marksmanship excellence with collective tactical innovation and strategic purpose. The institutional reforms and tactical innovations were not without challenges. The rapid expansion of sniper schools and units strained resources and required continuous adaptation to evolving battlefield conditions. Ensuring consistent training quality across diverse regions demanded rigorous oversight and frequent evaluation. Additionally, the integration of improved equipment necessitated logistical adjustments and technical support to maintain operational readiness. Despite these hurdles, the Soviet commitment to sniper development remained steadfast, reflecting a strategic recognition of the critical role snipers played in the broader war effort. This evolution also reflected a broader shift in Soviet military thought toward embracing flexibility, adaptability, and innovation in response to German tactical advantages. The initial underestimation of sniper warfare gave way to an appreciation for the nuanced interplay of technology, training, and psychological warfare. The lessons learned from early defeats and the night operation catalyzed a culture of continuous improvement, with sniper units serving as exemplars of effective adaptation under wartime duress. The impact of this transformation extended beyond immediate battlefield results. The enhanced Soviet sniper capability influenced German operational planning, compelling the deployment of additional counter-sniper units, changes in troop movements, and alterations in defensive postures. German commanders were forced to contend with a persistent and sophisticated sniper threat that complicated reconnaissance and interdiction efforts. This strategic pressure contributed to the gradual erosion of German tactical dominance and the shifting momentum of the Eastern Front. In summation, the night operation was not an isolated event but the catalyst for a systematic evolution of Soviet sniper warfare. Through institutional reforms, enhanced training, technological advancements, and psychological tactics, the Soviet Union forged a sniper force that transcended its early limitations. This evolution transformed snipers from marginal defensive assets into proactive instruments of battlefield control and strategic disruption. The resulting shift in battlefield dynamics played a crucial role in the broader Soviet war effort, demonstrating the power of adaptability, innovation, and determination in overcoming initial disadvantages and reshaping the course of conflict. The night operation and the subsequent evolution of Soviet sniper warfare stand as a testament to the transformative power of tactical ingenuity and unyielding determination amidst the crucible of the Eastern Front. This reversal of sniper fortunes was not merely a fleeting tactical success but a fundamental shift that reshaped the conduct of war and contributed meaningfully to the Soviet Union's eventual victory over Nazi Germany. The Soviet sniper campaign demonstrated that, even in the face of early disadvantages, adaptability and innovation could overturn entrenched military doctrines and alter the strategic calculus of a brutal conflict. The legacy of this transformation endures in the annals of military history as a paradigmatic example of how specialized combat roles, when effectively integrated into broader operational frameworks, can influence the course of large-scale warfare. Soviet snipers evolved from isolated, under-resourced marksmen into a formidable force characterized by rigorous training, advanced equipment, and tactical sophistication. Their success underscored the importance of precision and psychological impact in modern combat, challenging traditional notions that emphasized massed firepower and numerical superiority alone. Operational records from the period following the night operation reveal staggering statistics that underscore the scale and effectiveness of the Soviet sniper campaign. Thousands of German soldiers, including officers, machine gunners, and artillery observers, fell victim to the relentless precision of Soviet sharpshooters. The systematic elimination of high-value targets disrupted German command and control networks, degraded unit cohesion, and facilitated Soviet advances across contested territories. These figures not only quantify the lethal efficiency of Soviet snipers but also highlight their strategic role in shaping battlefield outcomes. German commanders, initially dismissive of Soviet marksmanship, found themselves confronting a new reality. The psychological toll of the sniper threat permeated German ranks, fostering caution, hesitance, and a pervasive sense of vulnerability. This shift in morale was as significant as any material loss, eroding the confidence that had underpinned German operational doctrine. In prisoner interrogations and battlefield reports, the fear and respect elicited by Soviet snipers were palpable, signaling a profound reversal in perceptions that had once favored German sharpshooters. Human stories from this era add depth and nuance to the historical narrative. Individual Soviet snipers emerged as heroes whose courage and skill became emblematic of the broader struggle. Their exploits, marked by patience, precision, and resilience, captured the imagination of soldiers and civilians alike, serving as powerful symbols of resistance and determination. These personal accounts, often recounted in letters, memoirs, and wartime propaganda, humanized the sniper war and underscored the critical role of individual agency within the vast machinery of war. The Soviet sniper campaign also influenced post-war military thought and doctrine, informing training programs and tactical doctrines worldwide. The principles of coordinated sniper operations, emphasis on camouflage and concealment, and integration with combined arms tactics became standard elements in modern sniper training. The experiences of the Eastern Front snipers provided invaluable lessons on the psychological dimensions of sniper warfare and the importance of adaptability in evolving combat environments. Reflecting on the broader implications of this sniper campaign, it becomes evident that the transformation was as much a victory of mindset as of material capability. The Soviet ability to learn from early failures, embrace innovation, and commit to specialized training exemplified a dynamic approach to warfare that transcended initial limitations. This adaptability not only salvaged a critical combat role but also contributed substantially to the Soviet Union's strategic resurgence on the Eastern Front. In concluding this chapter of the Sniper War, one is reminded of the words attributed to a German prisoner captured during the height of the Soviet sniper resurgence: "They shoot like ghosts, unseen and unstoppable." This haunting observation encapsulates the profound impact that Soviet snipers had on their adversaries, an impact forged through tactical brilliance, relentless determination, and the unyielding will to turn the tide of war.